Hello everyone, welcome back to Move Daily Fitness. My name is Tracy Steen. This workout is going to be a beginner compound strength session. Okay, so what is compound strength? Well, that's when you're using multi-muscles and multi-joints to do an action. So a squat, in essence, is a compound movement. Today we will add some lower upper compound movements at the same time. So we might squat and then do a shoulder press. Now, if you can't do the lower body component, you could always opt to just stick with what I do on the upper body, all right? Or I'll tell you modifications as we go along. So the format today is gonna be timed. We're gonna do 40 seconds of work with 15 seconds in between, and we'll hit each little mini circuit through twice. You're gonna require a variety of dumbbells for the workout today, and here's what I might suggest a beginner use, okay? Of course, lift within your own abilities. I'll also use something to sit on, so grab a stable bench or chair. We'll start you with a warm up and we'll end with a cool down. Hey, and don't forget, lots of workouts like this in a structured, organized schedule are within our Move Daily membership. All women are welcome. There's thousands of hours of coaching in your fitness, wellness, and nutrition. There's follow along meal plans. We've just got everything in there and it's all for you. Click or tap the card at the top of the screen or check in the description below. Take a look and see if it's right for you. All right, let's do this workout. Let's move daily. I'll bring that chair shortly here. Let's go ahead and put functional training on the watch. If you're setting your watch, all right, and tap that. Warming things up, we'll start with some hip openers, alternating side to side right here. Okay, compound strength. Like I said, we'll hit each exercise through twice. So that first round might be just getting familiar with the action. The second round, then you might choose weights that are challenging for your muscles. So yeah, and then of course, you could always pause the video and hit 3 sets if you wish, but today just 2 for me. Take it wide right here, and let's just do a little side to side lunge. Reach your hips back. We're lengthening in through that inner thigh, waking things up this morning. Do you exercise first thing in the morning? Yeah, this is not first thing for me. What time is it? 8:30. But I've been up since 4:30, so it's midday for me. All right, hand to toe tap right here. I've already done a podcast, fed the dog, had breakfast. We've already, gotten quite a few things done already. Two more here. Good. Let's do a single arm circle, big stretch back. And reverse direction there. And switching sides. Do you have one side that's a bit tighter? I do, this is the tighter. Switch directions. Good. Let's heel dig right here. Draw your elbows back and stretch through the chest. We're just going to increase blood flow a bit here. Let's high knees, lift your hands up. And butt kick with a punch right there. Good. Okay, a little front kick. If you can't reach all the way up, just go low. Right there is fine too. Just warming up hamstrings, glutes, and lower back with this one. Two more. Good. And torso turn right here. Okay, take a look at the list right there. That's what's coming up. Remember, 2 sets each, 40 seconds of work, and here we go. Okay, we're starting with a squat lateral raise. Go light to start, whatever you can lateral raise. I'm gonna hold 3s here. And of course, you could just hit the lateral raise if you don't wanna squat. Otherwise, feet are shoulder width apart. Hit that squat first. So all the way down, stand lateral here. Good. Low, up, and lift. Make sure you're standing all the way before you hit your lateral. And of course, you could do a partial squat here, right? Whatever suits you, whatever feels good. That's it. But keep your chest up and your shoulders low and back. No shrugging here. Okay, setting those down, I'm gonna hold these 8-pound dumbbells for our row curl. We're gonna hinge forward at the hips, hit that bent over row, then a full stand and hit your hammer curl. Elbows are in, holding 8s. All right, row, full stand, curl right here. Hinge at the hips, back is flat, stand, curl. Good. Think of retracting your shoulder blades, squeezing them together at the top of the contraction here. So squeeze, full stand, hammer here. Last one, and row. Moving into our sit, squat, press. Okay, have a seat. Wide stance. We're going to stand and press wide, holding 3s. All right, shoulders back. So we stand, press, and then control the down. Don't plop, but come all the way down to that seated position. Very nice. Back to the top, back to your squat with that lateral raise. Now I'm warm enough. I'll hold 3s again. All right, feet shoulder width. Low, stand, lateral there. Picking up the suitcases or the grocery bags. Lifting to the overhead bin. All of these functional movement patterns, we are training those muscles today to do the things of everyday life that we need to do. Stay strong in. Okay, let's go into our row curl. I'm gonna go up to 10-pound dumbbells this time. This will be whatever you can hammer curl up, okay? So choose a weight that challenges your muscles. Hinge forward, here we go. Row, stand, elbows in, hit that hammer. Good. Hinge, pull, stand and pull. Very nice. And let's finish off with our sit squat press. All right, I'll stick with these 3s. Wide stance, shoulders back, and press into that Y. Press and down. You're controlling the down, and we're not leaning too far forward to get up. Push through your heel, okay? I don't wanna see this and then that. Push straight up to the ceiling. Ceiling, good. Let's go. Making our way down to the ground for our second circuit. Okay, I'm gonna bring 12s down here. I've got my 8s handy there. We're gonna start with a chest press, knee in. So pushing over the chest, hips up. So we're gonna press and bring a knee in, press and bring a knee in. Now, if that is too unstable for you, leave the legs alone, just do the chest part. Make sure you're pushing over the chest, not the neck. Slow and controlled. Staying down here for a kneel. Let's do a kneel curl press coming up. Of course, if you can't kneel, feel free to just stand and hit this. But we're gonna kneel, opposite hand holds, curl press, shoulders back. I'll call half and we'll switch sides. That's it. Give yourself a wider base of support for more balance. Narrower is more challenging. Last one there. Let's switch sides. You're tall. Curl, press, right there. Excellent. We'll be going back down to the ground for that glute bridge iso hold coming up. And I'll hold both my 8s. Okay, on your back again. And back into that glute bridge. We're gonna do an isometric contraction this time where we're just holding that bridge and holding the shoulders up in this position. Get ready and hold this here. Good, little squeeze of the glutes, excellent. Sometimes those isometric contractions are nice to throw in. They teach the muscle endurance. So we're teaching those glutes, the shoulders, endurance here. But while you're holding them, make sure you're not holding your breath as well. So keep breathing. Doing well, 10 more seconds here. And we'll stay down here and go into our second set, starting with that chest press knee in. All right, easy breezy, lemon squeezy, folks. Back to my 12s. All right, chest press. Draw that knee in or just hold the glute bridge again. Get ready. And press with an alternating knee. Little balance and stability recruited here. Going on that one leg. Your kneel curl press is coming. Okay. I'll call halfway. You can kneel or stand. I'm gonna hold this 8. Okay, opposite. Wider base, shoulders back. Curl, press, that's it. Try not to swing the dumbbell at the bottom. Comes to a dead stop, then you hit your curl and press. Good, switching sides and work. Up, press. And finishing off this circuit here with our iso hold, glute bridge. All right, squeeze the glutes, press those 8-pound dumbbells to the ceiling. That's what I'm holding. And we're holding this here, good. Remember not to hold your breath at the same time. Really squeeze those glute cheeks. This is a great activator for glute muscles, getting them warmed up. Anything where you're in that glute bridge or even pelvic floor practice here. Doing well. 10 more seconds, then a water break. Stay with me. Squeeze, squeeze, almost there. And relax. Okay, nice work. Grab a drink, everyone. Of course, you can pause if you need a longer rest. But take a look at the screen. That's our next set coming up. Be sure to join me back. Let's do a little shoulders with a high pull to a W. Okay, 2s, 3s, 5s. I think I'll hold 5s here. Roll the shoulders back, soften the knees. We'll hit the high pull first. All right, shoulders back, here we go. So you're up and then into a W, right there, and control the down. Good. High pull. The letter W, you can see with my hands, they create that letter W, hitting a little bit of rear delt. So that's back shoulder. This is front shoulder. All right, you might find the back shoulder one a little harder for yourself, depending if you've trained it or not. Of course, you can always lighten or even do 0 weight until you get the hang of this action here. Okay, sticking with shoulders, we're gonna go into a static lunge front raise. So full lunge, then we'll hit the front raise. Do just the front raise if you can't lunge. All right, I'll call half, holding 3s, and we're low and up. I'm sorry, I'm holding 5s. Sorry, up here, but 2s, 3s, 5s. That sounds good here. One more in this leg. And switch legs. Little pelvic tilt, shoulders back. We drop, press, lift. Good. All right, reverse grip roll. Sorry, reverse grip row curl. I'll hold 10s. We're hinging at the hips again. We're doing that bent over row, but palms are up this time. All right, nice flat back. So we row, then you stand and hit a hammer curl or bicep curl at the top. Hinge, row, stand, curl. Make sure you're all the way standing up before you pull that weight up, okay? So full up, then you curl. Keep your elbows in on the bicep curl. Very good. Nice. Going into our reverse lunge, front raise, lunge, front raise. Okay. I'm holding 5s. I'll call halfway, pelvic tilt here, shoulders back. Drop it, low, stand, lift. That's it. Low and lift. I've got a neutral grip, which is often easier on a lot of people's shoulders. So choose whatever you like, but this is good for me. Let's switch legs and drop, low and lift. And into our row curl. Back to those 10s. Okay, palms are up, facing the ceiling. Hinge at the hips, and then a stand and bicep curl. Here we go. row, stand, full curl here. Your back is super straight. You're just hinging at the hips. No part of the back is rounding at all. So stick your chest out. Good, I think. Stick my butt out, stick my chest out, and my back stays nice and straight. Hinge, pull. All right, let's take it back down to the ground. I'm gonna grab my 8s for my tricep press. Okay, extension, tricep press extension with my 8s. All right, on your back, palms face each other. So we're pressing to the ceiling, back at the elbow, ceiling, down to the ground. Up, back, up, and down. Try not to bounce your elbows off the ground. You're just gonna come to a hover position, then press up. We'll stick with triceps and hit one more here with our Tate press coming up next. Okay, this time though, feet together, knees open, palms face away. I'm holding 8s. Everything is gonna be down and then we're gonna push everything up. Eliminate the legs if you need. Here we go. Holding 8s and we press and wide. Press and wide. Good. Keep your knees open and toes touching or feet touching. Feeling those triceps now. All right, let's give them a break and go into our plank shoulder tap. This will be modified from the knees. Of course, you can take it from the toes if you like. Plank position here. This could be a good modification, or tap with me right here. All right, so bum is down. We're alternating that tap, working core and a bit of shoulders here as well. So your body weight has to hold your body stable with one arm. 3 appendages versus 4, that's the challenge here. Again, of course, you can come from toes. If you're on your toes, try not to rock the hips. Your hips stay facing the ground. And hands are under your shoulders here, folks. All right, one more round. Let's go back into our tricep press extension. Okay, 8s, 5s, 8s, 10s, somewhere in that range. Working triceps. Get ready. Okay, push it up. Back at the elbow, up and down. You can be in glute bridge if you wish, or back on the ground, whatever you prefer. Squeeze those glutes. Okay, let's go right into our Tate press, frog. So feet are touching, knees fall open, palms are away, and I'm holding 8s again. Everything is up, then everything is down. Here we go. Down and press, keep your dumbbells close together. They don't have to be touching, but they're hovering close. Elbows go wide on the press, over the chest, push. Keep your knees open though, they don't come in. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Let's finish off this little circuit with that plank shoulder tap. Okay, mod from the knees or from the toes, whatever you prefer. Bum is down, hands under the shoulders. And tap, tap. I actually prefer toes on this because my yoga mat is not very soft. It's one of those cork mats, which is very nice and stable, but just not soft to kneel on. Doing well. Another water break, then one more little circuit to finish it off with, so stay with me. Okay, excellent. Woo! Grab a drink, take a look at the screen. Be sure to join me back. We'll focus on arms on this last circuit. I'm gonna hold 3s for my bicep serve abduction. Stationary, leg is soft. We're gonna kick it out. We'll call halfway, you'll switch legs, but arms will do the same. Holding 3s, here we go. So press, don't throw these dumbbells out. And of course, if you're too tippy, just stick with the bicep serve instead of hitting that abduction. You could bend the leg as well if you wish. Little balance practice here. All right, switch your side and lift. Good. Holding those 3s, we're gonna go into a row kick out for triceps. So we're gonna pull it up, kick it out and back to the diagonal, in and down. Stay nice and flat on your back. I'm holding 3s, here we go. Up, kick to the diagonal and back and down. Row, kick. All right, we're straightening that arm to target the triceps. A little bit of rear delt here. The back of the arm exercise. If you need a back stretch, that's halfway. Go ahead and take a little stretch and then join me back. Ten more seconds here, doing well. Then into our front lateral combo for shoulders. Very nice. Okay, I'm gonna stick with these 3s. Front lateral combo. One is to the front, one is to the side, and then we'll switch. Don't twist your torso, keep it facing me, shoulders low and back, knees are soft. Up, now switch, right there, good. If you can't get this, you could do both to the front, then both to the side. Also an option. This is a little brain work as well, right? Like patting your head and rubbing your stomach. Don't we need that too? That practice, right brain, left brain. Okay, one more set there, folks. Let's go back to our bicep serve with the abduction. So palms face the ceiling. I'm holding those 3s again. Roll the shoulders back, leg is coming out, and I'll call halfway. Just really good balance practice here. One more here, switch your leg and lift. Don't kick your bench. I'm gonna grab my heavier weights for the tricep kick out. I'm gonna hold 5s here, but you can stay light, 2s, 3s, 1s even. Felt a little light for me last time, so we'll hinge forward, super flat back and row. Up, kick back and to the side. So it's like kind of to the diagonal, just a little bit away from the body there. I have seen this right out to the side, a little harder on the shoulder just since you have a full rotation, but you could also do it straight back, okay? Whatever feels good for your shoulders. 15 seconds. Last exercise, let's hit that front lateral combo. Again, you could do both to the front, both to the side there, if that suits you. I'll hold 5s this time, but I'm gonna alternate. Roll your shoulders back. Last exercise here, everyone. Let's finish strong. Pop it up. Doing well, halfway through, 20 more seconds. Stay in the pocket with me. Last 3, 2, 1, and done. And you've moved daily in your compound workout. Nice job, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. Smash the like button if you enjoyed today's workout. Don't forget to join us in the Move Daily membership, links below. Join for a stretch if you can. Okay, let's stretch things out, folks. Take it down to the ground. All right, let's start with a nice hamstring stretch. Nice and tall, knee is soft, and we're hinging toward that knee. Hey, how flexible are you? Is it something that you need to work on? You know, we do tend to lose that because we just begin to slow down as we age. This is part and parcel why a lot of people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, beyond experience sarcopenia, which is the loss of lean muscle tissue. Switch sides. And it will happen if you don't do anything to mitigate that loss. So, of course, resistance training like we did today is beneficial for it. But we can also lose mobility. Right? So everything just kind of slows down. You're not as active as you maybe once were. Some of you are. Some of you are out there hiking and walking and pickleballing and tennis and swimming. So that's amazing. But a lot of us, you know, tend to just slow down overall. Let's go into a butterfly stretch, feet together, knees open, and gently press those to the ground. So it's important. It's very, very important that you continue with the same activity level that you had maybe when you were a little bit younger. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, but you don't want it to decline so rapidly that now your muscle mass is being impacted, your bone density is being impacted. Like we just don't think of those things as being important when our body feels okay today, but it is really, really important. Let's bring that leg across, nice stretch here and turn. So one of the things that I recommend, even women in their 40s get, and especially 50s and especially 60s, if you haven't gotten it already, is a DEXA scan, because it shows you how much body fat percentage you're at for your age and height. And then according to other people, it shows you your bone density, your bone mineral density. Switch sides here. And it'll show you your T-score and your Z-score. Now your T-score is you compared to an ideal specimen in their 20s, okay, when they're at peak bone mass. Your Z-score is you compared to other people your age, okay? So let's come to the side, quad stretch here. Anyway, if your numbers are under 0, like if they're in the negative, -1, -2, -3, that's not great. But there are things you can do about it. And I have seen so many people move their T-score and Z-score to above 0 just by implementing resistance training and maybe even some jumping protocols. Not everyone can jump, that's okay. There's lots that you can do aside from that, including resistance training that stimulates, pulls the muscle, pulls on the bone and stimulates bone mineral density to develop. So it's important, it's crucial, but if you don't know sort of your baseline or where you're at, you might think you don't have to do as much work as you do. Do you know what I mean? So I got my first DEXA scan, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 years ago, probably 5 years ago now, 4 or 5. Anyway, it was very great. I loved getting it, of course. I felt pretty good in my numbers, reach across. Body fat percent and my visceral fat was where I wanted it to be. Bone density, I didn't know, but I was very pleased to see that I was well above normal in that. But I have been training, you know, for 20, 25 years. Plus I was a gymnast earlier in life, which helps set down the amount of bone mineral you have early in life. I've got pretty good genetics as well, and I eat enough calcium and vitamin D. So, you know, we're doing the things, but you can definitely see if you need to be doing a little bit more or approaching things a little differently that stretch through the back here. So generally, well, in my city, in Kelowna here, it was $250 the first time. That was with a doctor sort of telling you what the scan means, reach behind you. And then it was $125 just to get the scan done and get a printout. But now that we have ChatGPT, you can literally upload the printout into Chat, ask it to decipher the numbers for you, what it all means, and what you can work on to improve. So that's a way to do it, but of course, consult with your doctor if you are unsure of any of that. Reach across for a stretch. Anyway, I think it's great if you know your baseline, know where you're at. So maybe save up for that. Ask it for your birthday. Christmas, that's your next present to yourself, is to get a scan done and to know your numbers. Anyway, it was insightful for me. Hopefully it'll be insightful for you as well. Thanks for joining, everyone. Arms back, thumbs down. As always, go move daily in your wellness and nutrition. And if you want more coaching like this, make sure you join us in the Move Daily membership. You can click or tap right there. We'd love to see you in the group. Bye.